Let's see what we got. 6ix9ine walks out of court after 3 month sentence. Oh, they took it light on that boy. They got 3 months. Light work. Let me see what they talking about.
Okay, we'll do this topic. So, my boy Tekashi 6ix9ine was actually sentenced to 3 months in prison for his probation violations after pleading guilty to drug possession. The judge actually called him a dumpster fire. It also said that, listen, jail time was actually required, right? They couldn't give him house arrest again. And they said though he avoided a harsher sentence, he's going to report on January 6, 2026 for 3 months in prison.
Damn.
If you guys don't know, he was actually accused of several violations, including, number one, having drugs. You know, he has explained this in some... Number one, having drugs. You know, he has explained this in subsequent interviews. He said, no, I never had drugs. Like, actually, like, but I was prescribed some pills, and then I couldn't get the refill of the pills, so I got the pills off the street, and apparently the pills was pressed with some other shit. And when he was tested after he took the pressed pills, the pills made him test for, I believe, meth or something of the sort.
And which that do happen.
Is what they like spike pills with. He said, you know, obviously I shouldn't have done that, but that was the truth. I did have a prescription, though, but I did take the pressed pills, right? Cool. Then they claim that they raided his house. They found some illicit substances. That one's up in the air because he's like, yo, that's not me. I know it's in my house, but there's a lot of people that come through here. That's not me. One of the other things and one of the last things was him beating up this guy who supposedly seen him in the mall and said to him, oh, you a fucking snitch. I'm going to kill you. And 6ix9ine called his friend who was in the car and said, yo, this guy's talking crazy to me, yo, like, pull up on me real quick. They pull up. The guy who was talking shit to him is alone. 6ix9ine and his friend jumps the guy and beat him up very badly. And the guy who was calling him a snitch ends up calling the police to say, yo, I got beat up by a snitch. Riddle me that. I don't know. So all these things kind of like, you know,
that is some crazy shit. People who be saying snitch this, snitch that. They would be the main ones to snitch quick as a motherfucker.
He had to stand accountable for exactly what, you know, he got accused of with that. And rather than fight each and every one of them, he decided to kind of like take a plea, like I'm going to take accountability. And essentially the judge, who realized like we could go through a longer process, you know, probably looked at also his other progress where, like, he's been working with his PO. Trust me, I've seen his PO many times. 6ix9ine's like, oh, hey, I'm with ACK, and I see his PO. His PO is pretty cool. Probably realized, okay, yeah, he did fuck up, but he didn't fuck up that bad. So they gave him, they could have gave him, like, years. They gave him 3 months in prison. Okay? So he's going to have to serve 3 months. He's going to have to report on January 6th. But hopefully he will, you know, go serve that time. And
at least you get to, you know, spend New Year's and shit with your family and all that.
Go to February, go to March, go to April. So he would get out in April? Yeah, he would get out in April from what I see. So that would be the thing that he would be serving. I see that TMZ had, like, some footage of him, like, getting out of jail. Let me see. Or not getting out of jail, getting out of court. And him commenting... Let's see. Can we find it? He was walking out. He said this.
Hey, Tekashi, how do you feel?
Put the weed back in his head.
¿Sientes que fue justa la sentencia del juez? Sí, 12 meses de supervisión. Tekashi, do you feel the judge esperaba más?
No. Ice.
¿Qué le puede decir? ¿Tú crees que fueron?
That nigga only spoke to the Mexican reporter lady. Spoke in fucking Spanish.
Yeah. And by the way, if you guys are wondering, remember I was supposed to bring him on the Breakfast Club. He was supposed to be on tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. He was supposed to be on yesterday, which, you know, I don't know when his flight landed. It just didn't work out. You know, now that I know that he didn't get taken into custody, he has until January 6th. I think we'll be able to figure out a date to get him on the Breakfast Club. So
he ain't been on that bitch in years, and he used to talk so much shit about 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Not everybody back fucking with him ever since he been on a couple streams and been fucking with the streamers and shit. It's like now he just back in the culture. Like people like ain't nothing happened really. Ain't that crazy?
For 3 months, and it's my guy. You know, I think he's been on a
everybody
run. He's been
back
doing his
fucking
thing.
with him. Everybody
but,
trying to do interviews with him.
I think he was always aware
At
that
first people didn't want
this
touch
stuff
that
was
name.
gonna kind of catch up to him, and he had to be accountable. I think the judge has been pretty fair. The judge could have been like, "I'm remanding you now. You're gonna miss Christmas." And the judge is literally saying you could enjoy Christmas, but you have to turn yourself in right after Christmas. I think that's fair. I think he has to understand that's fair. And again, I know he was a cooperant. You know, they keep using that in court to say, hey, listen, judge, I know he hasn't been the model citizen since he's got locked up, but like he helped y'all out get some convictions. And the judge is like, yeah, but like he keeps fucking up. And I know some of y'all believe that because he told like he could do whatever he wanted. That's not true. They don't like the fact that he's
I just wanted
breaking
to see
the rules and doing things.
How long he was getting. I don't want to hear the whole speech, man. Like, comment, subscribe.
Come to it for the